Welcome to motherhood, where your children can surround you and then you can still feel lonely. But you know the funniest part of it? Society is really painting motherhood to be exciting, to be fulfilling, to be magical. But the reality is, motherhood can really be exhausting. Motherhood can really be repetitive. Motherhood can really be emotionally draining. And that is why the gap between the expectation in motherhood and then the reality of motherhood is what really creates the loneliness in motherhood. And most times, mothers are not willing to talk about these truths. And that is why in today's video, we are going to be talking about why motherhood can really feel lonely sometimes in our lives, okay? Now, let's dive in. I want you to know that motherhood sometimes is lonely, and that is a result of number one, loss of identity. When you become a mother, there is this dramatic change that will take place in your life. You losing who you truly are to motherhood. If you are this outing type, you won't be able to go out often the way you used to anymore. If you are the type that love some certain hobbies, you won't be able to enjoy those your hobbies anymore. And that is because you've lost who you are. You've lost your identity in an aspect that you are no longer just yourself. You are known as someone's mother or people's mother. And sometimes people now see you as a second-hand, or sometimes people call you names like half past one, meaning you have one child, half past two, meaning you have two children, half past three, and so on. And so these weren't who you were known to be before motherhood. But you being a mother, you will hear people calling you these names, that you are half past one, or you are half past two, or half past three. You are second hand because you are now a mother. Now, you've lost your dreams, goals, vision to motherhood because you no longer think of yourself. You now think of your children, and so you now plan for them. Their feelings are now your feelings. Who they will become, what they will do, everything that concerns their life, how they will look good is what is your concern. You've forgotten totally who you used to be, okay? And the second thing is lack of adult discussion. Motherhood is sometimes lonely because you no longer discuss often with your peer. You now discuss often with your children because most of your time you spend it with them, and so you can't discuss some certain things with your children, and so your discussion is restricted to them and what you can share with them. And so not being able to have enough time to discuss with your friends and then loved ones that are your age group really brings loneliness in you, because sometimes you won't be able to express how you feel to your children. Why? Because they are still children. And so you will be lonely. They might be around you, talking to you, playing with you, but within you are going to see this loneliness in you because you are always surrounded by them and not your peer group, okay? Now, the next thing is emotional load no one sees. As a mother, you pass through a lot emotionally. You think, how will family survive? How will you manage with the little resources you have? Especially sometimes when the kids are misbehaving, it will make you to be emotionally down because the way you want them to act and behave, they are not behaving in that manner. And so it will make you to start thinking. There is this unhappiness that will come in you that is like you are not good enough, you are not qualified enough to be a mother. It's like you are losing out. And so emotionally, the load you have is the one that people cannot see. People might be looking at you, people might surround you, but they will not understand how you feel, what you are thinking upstairs, what is in your mind. Your emotions, people will not be able to see. And so because people are not seeing how you feel, it brings loneliness in you. The next thing is the feeling of being misunderstood. Now, you are passing through a lot. You are thinking about your children. Nowadays, so many mothers are really going through a lot because you see these Yahoo boys, you see ladies going into prostitution. They are kids of women. A lot of thieves, a lot of murderers, a lot of ritualists. All these things are mentioned, are things that people are doing, and they are people that were given birth by women. And so their mothers are thinking, my son, my daughter is not behaving, is not living the kind of life I want her or him to live. And this really makes the mother to be worried. But the fact is, because the kids are behaving in this manner, because you have a child and maybe your child is into Yahoo, your child does not want to go to school, your daughter is going into prostitution, maybe your son has joined cult, trust me, when people see your child behaving this way, they will say the child is lacking home training, meaning the mother did not train the child well. But you and I know that you did your best. But things have turned out to be the way they are. But nobody is going to understand. Sometimes people will say, the mother is supporting him, the mother is supporting her. But the mothers are not supporting what these kids are doing. But since they are doing what they are doing, people will assume that the mother is backing them up, the mother is supporting them. Sometimes when people see girls that almost dress half naked on the streets, they will say, don't they come out of their house? Don't their mothers see them? And mothers are supporting them to do what they are doing. The fact is, mothers are not supporting them to do what they are doing, but they cannot kill them. They are trying their best, but it's like their best is not enough. And so what happens? It looks as if they are supporting the children in doing what they are doing that is wrong, because nobody cares and nobody will understand them, that they are not in support of what their child is doing. And so since nobody understands them, there is this loneliness, that this reality of motherhood, of not being able to direct the child in the way the child should go. It will bring loneliness and then unhappiness to the mother. Now, feeling isolated, my beloved friend, when you are not yet a mother, you go out often. But once you become a mother, what happens? You stay more in the house than outside. Why? Because you need to care for these kids. You need to raise them up, because children need their mother around them often more than the father. When a father is not always around, it won't affect the children that much compared to when mothers are not available for the children. And even children, they have this feeling that their mother should always be around them. And so if their mothers are not always around them, what happened? They feel disappointed, they feel rejected, they feel let down. But they don't used to have this feeling when their father is not always around. They always understand that their father is out there hustling for them. Their father is out there doing the father stuff. But they felt that, children felt that their mother should be always there for them at their beck and call. So what happens? The mother becomes the housekeeper. You must always be in the house. And always being in the house affects your social life. And so there is this loneliness that always being at home, when you are especially not this home type, it will make you to feel lonely. And trust me, you know what loneliness can do to someone. Now, the next thing that we really need to talk about is comparing yourself and other mothers. You know, when you become a mother, whether you like it or not, in one point or the other, you always compare yourself with other mothers. And it is like a yardstick for you to know if you are doing well or not. And so sometimes when you go to the social media and you see what other mothers are doing for their children, sometimes the pressure is going to be so much on the mother. And what happens? There is this loneliness and unhappiness that will set in, that will make you to say, oh, look at what a woman like me is doing for a child, of which I can't do that. So it will not look like you are not doing enough, even when you know you are trying your best. And so I want you to know that as a mother, when you compare yourself with other mothers, it is not that you are absolutely doing something wrong. It is because you are a human. Whether you like it or not, when you see a child looking good, you will know that the mother is trying. When you see a child performing well, you will know that the mother is trying. And when you see what mothers are doing for their kids, the sacrifices they are paying, the giving their all that they are giving to their children, if you've not gotten up to that level and you know yourself that you won't be able to do what that person is doing for his or her child, you know what? You are going to feel this loneliness in you. And when you are lonely, what happens? There is this unhappiness in you. And that is why even if your kids surround you, even if they are playing with you, when you are lonely as a mother, them running around you can't quench that loneliness in you. And that is why I want you to know that it is very okay for you to feel lonely as a mother in motherhood. Okay? And it is so because it is normal, it is natural for you to have that feeling. And I also want you to ask for help whenever you are so lonely in motherhood, so that you won't be depressed. You know, because loneliness actually brings depression in people's life. And it is very important for you to create time for yourself. When you find out that motherhood is really making you to feel lonely, find time for yourself. Take yourself out. Even if you don't have money, visit a friend, visit a neighbor, or just give someone a call. Talk to someone that you know you trust, so that you will get this ease in you for you not to be depressed. Because when you are depressed and you are sick or you are down, it will also affect the children, and you don't want that to happen to them. You want the best for your kids, and that is why you need to be happy for you to be able to give them the best. Because trust me, children, when once they know that you are not happy and then you are just pretending, they will break down more than even you. So you don't want them to know that you are lonely, and so you need to ask for assistance. You need to go out to mingle with people to free yourself, so that you will not be able to impact onto them negatively. I want you to know that you can also reconnect with who you are outside of motherhood. Yes, if you know that you are feeling lonely, reconnect with who you truly are. If you love music, listen to music. If you love dancing, dance. If you love chatting with your friends, go out and chat with them. If you are this sports type, go out and catch fun, groove. It will help you a lot, in relieving you from the loneliness that comes from motherhood. I also want you to know that there are so many support systems, okay? There are persons that are into helping mothers that are lonely, therapists. You meet them, they can help you, they can guide you on how you can live your life, manage yourself, so that you won't feel lonely. And sometimes, as a human, you've understood yourself to the level that you know that when you are lonely, there are some certain things you do that you know that it will bring back happiness into your life. Just do it. You owe yourself happiness. Life does not have part two. Let me tell you, it is not because you've given birth, it is not because you are now a mother that you have to totally abandon yourself for the children and then be depressed. Find time to treat yourself right, so that you will be the mother that your children will grow up and become proud of. This is Real Life Unfiltered TV. What I just told you now is a hard truth that many mothers are really feeling. Many mothers are really lonely right now in their lives. But trust me, most of them are not willing to open up and then discuss about their loneliness. And that is why you have to share this video with any mother you know, because it will help them a long way to know that in this journey of motherhood, that they are not alone. What they feel, the loneliness that they are experiencing, is not something that is just happening only to them alone. Other mothers are really experiencing it, and share it with them. Who can tell, they might love what I'm doing in this channel and then subscribe to get more realistic content like this that is going to help them a lot in life. This is Real Life Unfiltered TV. Whatever you get here is realistic. There is no faking, there is no padding. I don't say it the way it will suit you. I am saying it exactly the way it is. And if you've not given this video a like, this video, and drop your comments in the comment section below. Are you a mother in the house? What is your experience? Drop it in the comments, and I'll talk to you in my next video.